Monica Seles was one of the most dominant tennis players of the early 1990s. By the age of 16, she had already won the French Open, becoming one of the youngest Grand Slam champions in history. Between 1990 and early 1993, she captured 8 Grand Slam singles titles and became world number 1, challenging legends like Steffi Graf. But that, of course, came with a cost. You see, Steffi Graf dominated women's tennis for half a decade and held the world number 1 ranking longer than any player in history, until, you guessed it, Monica rose to number 1 and became her biggest rival. And she wasn't just winning, she was dominating. Normally, that's just how competition works, right? But in Germany, where Graf was considered an absolute legend, some fans really struggled to accept that their champion was being overtaken. Among them was a man named Günther Parche, who became extremely obsessed with Graf. On April 30th, 1993, Seles was competing in the quarterfinals of the Citizen Cup in Hamburg, Germany, facing Magdalena Maliva. Of course, Seles was leading. During a changeover, she walked to her bench to drink water, and that's when something disturbing happened.
Seles führt mit 4:3, 4-3. Bitte sofort einen Arzt auf den Platz.
The obsessed Graf fan, Günther Parche, managed to slip past security and stabbed Monica in the back with a knife while she was sitting courtside. You see, it was on live television, so the broadcast was interrupted, but you can still hear her screaming, confused and terrified about what just happened. He stabbed her just below her shoulder. She rose up, clutching the wound, and then collapsed. The stadium was left in utter shock. Monica was rushed to the hospital, where doctors treated a deep stab wound to her back. She survived physically, but the attack left deep emotional scars. Monica was terrified to return to the court, and the incident forced her to step away from professional tennis for over 2 years. During that time, she had to watch from the sidelines as her dominance in the sport slipped away. It was almost as if Parche's twisted plan worked. Monica out of the sport, and Graf continuing to win. Parche was immediately arrested and eventually confessed to the attack. In court, psychologists determined he suffered from severe mental illness driven by delusions and obsessive behavior. Rather than being sent to prison, he was sentenced to probation and mandatory psychological treatment, a verdict that angered the public and many in the tennis community who felt justice had not been served. This horrifying attack, fueled by obsession and fanaticism, became a chilling reminder of how dangerous unchecked mental illness and extreme fan behavior can be in the real world. Jimena Flaca is an online streamer and content creator known for her presence on Kick, where she broadcasts real-life content showing parts of her daily life, social activities, and interactive streams rather than just gaming. She has built a following of tens of thousands of fans on the platform, and her streams often feature real-world adventures and personal interactions with her audience. On one particular day after finishing her boxing training, Jimena stopped at a Jamba Juice with her friend for a quick drink break. But you see, when they returned to the car, something immediately felt off. The windshield wipers were lifted, and the mirrors had clearly been tampered with. That's when the situation started to feel unsettling, because they quickly realized this wasn't random.
It's cold outside. I'm freaking freezing up in here. Oh my god. Guys, what would be the cold version?
It's colder than Yeti Snatch.
What the f is that? That makes no sense. Why is your things up?
It's colder than Yeti Snatch. What the f?
What the fuck is that?
No. Wait, I'm gonna drive off.
Drive? What the f?
Bro.
That's a way for you.
That's a way for sex trafficking.
That's a way for you to
Get out the car and fix that and someone stabbed me under the fucking car.
Oh hell no.
Wait, no. That's weird. That's weird. Weird. Wait, that's weird. Nah, that's weird as fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna drive with those up.
Things.
Oh my god, they put up my mirrors too. Wait. That's scary. Wait, hold this. No, actually, wait, but it's because I can't drive. Without.
Then go to the other side.
I can't. I don't know if someone's gonna follow my car.
I'm watching. Look, and the
Wait, who's this though? No, why would they only do that so you get out the car and fix that shit?
Did you see it? I'm going to replay the video. Watch closely and tell me if you notice anything out of the ordinary.
Oh hell no.
Wait, no. That's weird.
Right there between the cars, you can spot a shadow, and the exact moment she drives away, a man can be seen standing up. People watching the live stream at the time felt that something was off, but neither they nor the girls noticed him in that moment. It was only after the clip went viral that viewers began pointing out the figure hidden between the vehicles. Some people believe this could be part of a tactic criminals use to create a distraction. By messing with a car, they may try to lure someone outside, catching them off guard. You might wonder why nothing happened while both girls were getting into the vehicle, and the reason could simply be that a single person is far easier to target than two together. If only one of them had stepped out to fix the issue, the situation might have been very different. Thankfully, the girls sensed something was off and decided to drive away immediately. Still, it's chilling to think about how differently things could have unfolded. This video is a disturbing reminder that danger can appear at any moment, and staying alert and cautious can make all the difference. This next video shows a woman who was most likely trying to replace an LPG gas cylinder. Due to poor handling or simple inexperience, she wasn't able to properly close the valve, and gas began leaking uncontrollably. The situation quickly became overwhelming, and in a moment of panic, she dropped the cylinder onto the floor and stepped away while it continued to leak. What happened next was truly disturbing. Take a look. Because of some kind of spark in the kitchen, the gas suddenly ignited, and within a second the entire room was filled with flames. Fortunately, and probably one of the luckiest decisions she made, the doors and windows had been left open. That likely saved their lives, as it allowed much of the leaked gas to escape and reduce the force of the explosion. We can see the woman running, which suggests she wasn't severely injured, and the man can also be seen escaping. For that reason, many people believed no one was hurt in the incident, but that was far from the truth. Another camera from the hall of the building captured a different perspective, showing the true force of the explosion, enough to send a third person flying across the hall into the wall. The man was seriously injured, though I don't have details about his exact condition. Afterwards, many people criticized them for going back into the room. But when you think about it, in a moment of panic, it's not hard to understand why they acted that way. They returned when the situation seemed safer, as the gas had stopped escaping violently from the tank. Even if it wasn't the safest choice, from their point of view, it seemed like the reasonable thing to do. Carson Schmidt is a young man who loves adventures. He often goes snowboarding, hiking, and skiing, and shares all of it on his social media. On February 25th, 2026, he posted a video that was especially unsettling and also showed just how much being in the right place at the right time can matter. He was skiing with a friend, and after coming down a slope, he mentioned that for no apparent reason they suddenly stopped. That's when they noticed something unusual.
That's deep.
Dude, I just think. Hey, they good?
Hey. Oh,
Hey, stop! We got.
fuck.
You okay? You okay?
Oh,
You okay?
hold on for a second.
Oh,
Can you get his skis off, dude?
oh,
You okay?
oh. Holy.
Can you get his skis off, Carson?
Yeah.
They immediately rushed to help when all they could see were the tips of the man's skis sticking out of the snow. Nobody knows how long he had been trapped, but it was clear he wouldn't have lasted much longer. Apparently, he had simply fallen into a deep patch of snow, a reminder that it doesn't take an avalanche to get buried. The guy was incredibly lucky that Carson and his friend stopped when they did. It almost felt like fate had made them pause at just the right moment to save him. Rosemary do Nascimento Silva was about to marry the love of her life, a woman full of dreams, excitement, and plans for the biggest day of her life, and she wanted to make it unforgettable. She had an idea, one that would surprise her fiancé and leave everyone at the wedding in awe. She planned to arrive by helicopter. She wasn't alone. She was with her brother, the photographer who was 6 months pregnant, capturing every moment, and the pilot tasked with this brief but special flight. The sky was calm, the city below looked beautiful from above, and in her mind everything was perfect. You can almost feel the excitement. Everyone on board was smiling, joking, unaware of what was about to happen. A short, routine flight, just a few minutes from the wedding venue. That's all it should have been. But then, the weather began to shift. Fog crept in faster than anyone expected. Visibility dropped. What had started as a joyful, sunny flight suddenly became tense. Alarms sounded inside the cockpit. The helicopter trembled. Rosemary laughed nervously, thinking it was just a minor hiccup, but deep down you could sense something was wrong. The helicopter fell. In an instant, the celebration turned into a nightmare. Rosemary, her brother, the photographer, everyone aboard was gone before they could reach the venue. What should have been a magical moment ended in unspeakable tragedy. Her fiancé waited at the altar, smiling and excited, completely unaware of the disaster unfolding just miles above. When the news came, the joy of the day turned to heartbreak. Friends, family, and the world were left in shock, wondering how a single flight could change everything so quickly. Investigators later looked into the crash, citing poor visibility and potential operational errors, but for those who loved her, no explanation could ever replace her absence. A day meant for love, laughter, and celebration became a chilling reminder that life can change in a heartbeat, and that tragedy can strike even in the most carefully planned moments. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. You can also turn on the bell so you'll get notified whenever I post. And if you want to keep watching, click on one of the videos on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy those too.